Crockett isn't doing her job, that instead of going against Trump, she should understand that he's a man in power and she should figure out a way to work with him. Stephen A. said that he doesn't like Jasmine because she sounds too street, yet he spends most of his time screaming at the top of his lungs, sounding like the world's silliest house slave. He says that her verbiage is inappropriate, yet our president says that he likes to grab women by the how appropriate is that, Stephen? Maybe Jasmine would earn the respect of Stephen A. if she sounded more like Candace Owens. Remember, Jasmine is a criminal and civil rights attorney, and Candace spends most of her time on HBCU campuses pushing Turning Point USA agenda. And if you remember, Turning Point USA was founded by Charlie Kirk, who said that the civil rights movement was a mistake. This is why nobody gives a about respectability politics, because as a black woman, no matter how educated you are, there will always be somebody there to disrespect you and discredit you, and it's unfortunate that it will always be a man that looks just like you. Stephen also said that D.L. Hughley is more of an activist than he is a comedian. But when you see the agenda that's being pushed on black Americans, when you understand that black Americans, especially black women, are being targeted because of the 350-something odd thousand women that have lost their jobs, you do need to be more of an activist than anything else, because somebody has to step up and say something. And Stephen, you could be doing something with your platform other than performing and bootlicking for daddy. But we understand that you need to keep your job. Stephen, you need to do just like your hairline and fall the on back. Black women have lost their jobs, people can't feed their families, children are getting shot up in schools, and black men are being hung on trees. And the only thing Stephen is worried about is how somebody sounds. One of the few people, mind you, one of the few people that are actually fighting for us. So T-Daddy...
All right, this is, I don't know if she's still on ESPN, but she's a former ESPN analyst. And so basically she was responding to Stephen A.'s assessment of Jasmine Crockett. And so the question I have for the panel is that, do you think feminism has helped black women more than hurt them, or hurt black women more than helped them, and why? What's your thoughts, Quality?
I think it hurt them more because see, this is the thing. Stephen A. is entitled to his opinion, and contrary to what his opinion is, it should be nothing that should require that young lady to do what she's doing. And the reason why I say that is because Michelle Obama recently just made a comment about Stephen A. Smith's show, and he responded, and they kind of got on him for responding to her about the same thing. So, and basically the comment was, his show is like the Atlanta Housewives or something like that. So it's full of drama. Well, and by him responding to it, it did show a sense of pettiness, because no matter what they say, they still talking about you. No matter what they say, they talking about you. Whether it be good, whether it be bad, but they talking about you. So let them talk. Let them talk.
For sure. All right, Ben, what's your thoughts on it? Do you think feminism has hurt black women more than helped them, or helped them more than hurt them?
I think it's hurt them more if you have to weigh the options out. I think it took, it's different waves of it too, man. Like I'm not the most, I just can't spit it off the top of my dome, the different waves that they came with, but I think ultimately, man, it kind of, it put us at odds with our own women. That, you know, I think in the long run it's not good for us as a people.
Yeah, actually right now what we are witnessing now is the fifth wave of feminism. Man, I actually did a
Damn, it's the fifth wave. Damn.
Yeah, the fifth wave. Yes, fifth wave. The independent era, that's the fifth wave now. That's basically they're quote unquote divesting from men. Man, I actually did a research paper, man, in college, man, on this, man. It's called the Code of Domesticity, man. I'm gonna send it to you when you get time, being later on or tonight after the show. Send me an email. In fact, y'all send me an email and I'll send y'all that to you. I actually I'm gonna publish it.
All right.
Do a public. I actually had to do a speech at one of the engagements at my college on it. It was so powerful. The professor was like, "You need to speak this." You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna let y'all read it, man. And y'all just let me know what you think. But yeah, it's basically the fifth wave. I did a whole man. When I tell you, I think I did 2 months worth of studies on it, man. But when I send you the article that I wrote, y'all let me know what you think about it. But
Hell yeah.
Yogi, what's your thoughts on it? Do you think feminism has helped black women more than helped them, or helped them more than hurt them?
All right, so I got a question.
Mhm.
So do is this like a major issue like within any other culture besides ours?
Yes, in Western culture, yes. It's
So I'm
this is white woman invented feminism. Black woman bought into it.
so my question is it more, I guess, prominent the word in our culture, or is it prominent across all cultures?
It's no, it's more prominent in Western culture. So mainly whites and Western blacks, whites and Western blacks.
Because when I hear about this, it's always coming from our culture, right? And then when I hear about it, it makes me think this is another way to separate the dynamic that y'all always speak about, the family dynamic, marriages, and all that stuff, because it sounds like it puts women in the position where they don't feel like they need a husband, and then men are feeling like, man, these motherfuckers ain't worth marrying, so they not, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
like this is the come off what you and TBN talk about, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Is like pushing the marriage narrative. And see, like when I hear about this kind of stuff, that's the only thing that I think about. Because nowadays it's a lot of I don't need no man, you know what I'm saying, when it's supposed to be the opposite. We're supposed to be coming together, you know what I'm saying, and building this family dynamic.
yeah.
What you
Now
got,
let me
Doc?
add to that before you go, Ben. This is a situation where what you're saying is absolutely right, but let's make this clear. Let's make this clear. White men got on YouTube and started ranting about their problems with white women first before we was we didn't even think that was cool, right? What we dealt with our woman, we just dealt with it. So it was the white men who started this first, right? The first feminist was a white woman. Like I say, white women invented it, and black women bought into it. It goes back to the civil rights movement. That's what helped break up. That's what helped fragment the civil rights movement, was the women's movement, and they recruited as many blacks as they could, and that's what helped fragmented it, the civil rights movement. So I must say it does affect us just as much as it does white men. But let's make this clear. This is a Western thing. Feminism is a Western thing. You know what I mean? And it's way more of a Eurocentric problem than it is us. Because here's two statistics you want to pay attention to. We may be the least married, but white people are the most divorced. If you can gauge that.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
We may be the least married, but they are the most divorced. So, which means that when we are married, our marriages last long than theirs. You see what I'm
So
saying?
so
Yeah,
so like I don't want to ask no dumbass questions, but
ain't no dumb
I'm
question.
inquisitive, bro. I'm gonna
Yeah,
ask. So like the feminist movement, that's like the movements that was saying like women are equal to us.
Hold on, I want to jump in here though, because something you brought up a minute ago, and just keep this in mind. So, like I said, I'm not the most well versed on the topic, but I have, I looked into a lot of it. But keep this in mind, like in the real world, it's more so based about corporate America being able to be in higher positions in the workforce, but also keep this in mind. Now, we just had a presidential election, and the one previous and one before then has been super controversial, dealing with like Trump. Hey, white women still showed up and voted for Trump. So, what you have on one end, like I said, as far as I'm concerned, it didn't do our people as much justice as it may have done for them, because we're, as black men, we aren't in those same positions as white men as far as the workforce is concerned, who they go work for, how much income they bringing in, that kind of situation. So with us, it's more social things. It's more about how we treat our women, how the dynamics are different, but they still like they get online and talk about they want fairness in the workforce, and I get it, but they still go home to their husband
Sure, exactly.
and
Yep.
they voted. So what's crazy is that while a lot of our women fell into that ideology, our women didn't go vote for Trump like that. They voted on the other side. They did all that rah rah with each other, but when the polls came out, they was like, "Dang!" So I thought we was all in this together, but then nah, we still voted for they voted for their best interest.
Yep. And I totally agree. And that's why I would say feminism has definitely hurted black women more than helped them. And in doing so, it didn't hurted our kids, and it didn't hurted us as a culture. It didn't hurted our family structure because you know it's sad that we have to be raised in a matriarch. It's really sad. Men cannot fully be men or and ultimately maximize their full potential in a matriarch because we're gonna move forward towards thinking emotionally than logically. You know what I'm saying? And that's definitely a part of the problem. And I mean, she has some valid points. Besides, of course, the tearing of character. I'm not the biggest fan of Stephen A. I honestly, um, sometimes when I'm at work, well, now they know. Don't even play that shit around me. Because you want to know why? They know if I come in there and y'all got this loudmouth ass nigga on there, I'm turning that shit down. Because I done said it at work, but it's time. How do you people have how do you people try how can you people maintain good energy and good thoughts? It's early in the morning, you're hearing some loud ass nigga just rant. And so now they know not to even cut that shit on at my job. I want to hear that shit, man. Come on, bro.
Hey
You
nigga, I watch first take.
don't
Hey nigga. Hey nigga, I watch first take. I don't know what you
nigga,
talking about.
mute that
Watch
loud
it
mouth
too.
mother.
And I don't see it that way. I watch it too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
watch
I
first
do.
take, nigga.
Yeah. He
Hey, look,
just
I'm
see.
cool. I'm cool with Stephen A. on first take, but all the
Yeah,
politics shit, yeah,
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie and say I ain't gonna sit up here and say I listened to much of it.
I cannot hear his loud mouth. I don't care about nothing he say when he that loud, bro. And he'll go on for 2-3 hours at least in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But
Only question I got about the nigga is why he got all that money in that hairline looking
That's
like that.
all. That's all somebody I know.
yeah. But now, it definitely to me it didn't hurt us, man. But I'm gonna say this. I'm just glad I ain't got them problems, man. Shout out to my
so
wife. I
so
love my
so
wife.
so I got a question for y'all fellas. You know what I'm saying? So
My
seeing
wife
where
is a feminine woman. My wife is feminine, not a feminist. Shout out to my boo.
so like do y'all think it'll be a time where it'll ever go back to where like traditional style?
Yeah, it can. It can.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah,
pendulum swings back. What it is swing back.
yeah. And it's up to us. It's up to us, the men. We
Mm-mm.
have to take the patriarch back. We got to take it. It got to be a hands. It got to be a hands down, no holds barred. This is what it is. Take control, and also, we got to become better bearers of the fruit. It's sad that some of these niggas don't know how to change no tire.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's what
You
big nigga.
know, we got to become better bearers, bro.
I think it'll come back out of necessity, man. I don't. I think
Fact.
when things get very very tricky for the average person, and we got to kind of resort to some survival skills
Yeah.
that require a different type of protection. I believe that's when things are kind of the pendulum will swing back. But as long as everything is in comfort and everybody kind of just chilling, when everything's very convenient, it'll stay where it's at.
Yeah.
But whenever another hurricane come through here, or something that makes people have to get
I got.
uncomfortable.
I know what it is. I know what it is. It's that spaceship that's in the sky. Once that motherfucker hit the ground, once that motherfucker hit the ground, and he start threatening shit on this goddamn earth, watch how quickly these women then turn into, oh my God, we need somebody to fight for us. Because they're not gonna be the one to go fight. They ain't gonna be the one to do that. They not gonna be the one to rebuild this place after all the tragedy, if all this happens, y'all. Of course, I'm way down the line or whatever, but yeah, and it's a little humor into it as well, as far as
Yeah.
it's
And
just
I
I,
it's,
want
I be
that's
getting
what it's
stuff
going to
that
take.
ain't wrong.
It's going to take something very drastic for this to actually turn back around. Because right now, the
Hmm.
way that it's going, we've given them all the ammo that they need to keep going. The train is rolling, and we can't stop
to,
it because they think they badass.
yeah,
I don't
but to
think he,
add
I
to
don't
what
think
you and
he was
what
saying nothing
Quality and
wrong.
Ben said, it reminds me of when COVID hit. Bro, I've never seen so many depressed black women in my life. When COVID hit,
Yeah.
Kinfolk, I ain't never seen, man, this was the nicest I ever seen so many single black women in my life. They,
Damn. We was in our
they
own little world.
man,
That's crazy. I didn't even know it was like that, man. We was
yep,
bro, we was in our own little world over here, man. I didn't
they
even
say. Because Kinfolk, protection, man, it was dirty for a minute. It was crazy,
Shit.
bro. It was crazy. And the woman that didn't have nobody, them I don't meet a man dudes. Oh my God.
They need a nigga to go get them some tissue. That's crazy.
Hmm.
They
I
had
tell
to get
you.
up and do it themselves. Wasn't the same. It ain't the
Mhm.
same. You can order shit now, though. See what I'm talking about? They done made it to where it's super easy now. You can just order shit. You sit back at the hotel, HEB to bring you some shit, and they gonna deliver it to the car to the door. So
Yep.
you know,
hmm.
And here's the crazy part about that Quality. They brag about not needing us when the same shit that they taking advantage of to throw in our face and say they don't need us, a man
look, the
created.
shit we was doing. That was the shit we was doing. So now all of a sudden, now you paying a service for somebody else to do it for you. Who
We
you think they
created it,
sent
but
to
you
the
say
store
you
when they
don't need
needed something? They sent you to the store. You the husband, you go to the store. When she needed some eggs, big Ben, on Thanksgiving, she sent you to the store. She ain't say
it.
she finna go to the store. She sent you, baby, we need some eggs. So what that mean? Get up and go to the store. Now they pay for a service for them to bring them the eggs. You know what I'm saying? Shit crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right, man. Hold on.
Shit,
Let
they
me
got
see.
Ricky shot.
Ricky! Ricky!
Mm.
Only he ain't have to go to the store. Ricky will still be
We
Yeah.
can still be here.
here.
In the NFL.
Mute your mics. We got one more subject, man.